Hey everyone, it's Coach Jeff from CrossFit Seize the Day. Today's workout, in the first part, we're going to work some strength, specifically some strength in your back, chest, and shoulders. We'll be doing an every minute on the minute workout. You'll do roughly 30 seconds of work and then you'll recover for 30 seconds. We're going to be doing a dumbbell floor press, so lying on the floor, basically doing a single arm press with a dumbbell. We'll do 30 seconds on one side, rest 30 seconds the other side. Then we'll switch to a single arm row with each side of the body. So that would be something where you have a dumbbell and you're driving that dumbbell up using your lats and back muscles. Okay, so 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. The goal would be to pick a weight that's pretty challenging for you to keep moving well in the 30 seconds. We'll look to do 4 rounds of work, which should sufficiently give you enough workload to keep some strength in the chest and the back. Second part of today's workout, we're going to do a ladder workout that is a ascending and then descending ladder. So it's going to go 2 reps, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then back down 8, 6, 4, 2. So 2 to 10 and back down to 2 with 4 movements. We have a weighted lunge. So holding any object you want, a dumbbell, a pair of dumbbells, kettlebell, barbell, sandbag, it doesn't really matter. A knees to chest movement. So if you have a pull-up bar, you can do a hanging knees to chest. If not, we're going to do a lying knees to chest. We'll show you how on the floor. Glute-hip bridge, that's lying on the floor and pressing your hips up to the ceiling. And then a dip. So we have lunges, knees to chest, glute-hip bridges and dips. 2 of each, 4 of each, 6 of each, 8 of each, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. So working a lot of different muscle groups, not a lot of reps, but at the pace you're going to be going with the quantity and the diversity of the movements, that should be challenging to build a well-rounded strength. Okay, so let's get started in warming up for these movements. First movement we want to do is simply a push-up with an alternating arm row. This is going to warm you both for the floor press and it'll warm you up for that single arm dumbbell row. So think about nice push-up position, feet about shoulder width. Come down, elbows into your body. Come up, row your shoulder blade and elbow above your torso. Come back down, row to the other side. Tight contraction in the back. Do 12 reps, that is 6 rows per side of the body for a total of 12 reps. Next movement we're going to warm up is the hip bridge. So think about back lying on the floor. Your feet, specifically your heels, are slightly in front of your knees. Your arms can be pressing down or they can be reaching up, wherever you're more comfortable. And simply you're going to squeeze your hips and glutes super hard, pressing them up at the ceiling, and then coming down with control. And repeating that for a total of 12 reps. Okay. Next movement, if you have a pull-up bar available to you, and you're familiar with how to do a hanging knees to chest, or if you have the proficiency to do toes to bar, you can warm those up now. Assuming you don't have a pull-up bar at home, we're going to do a lying version of a knees to chest. So behind me I have a little coffee table here. Anything that has a lower edge to it, like say a couch or a desk or something where you can kind of anchor your hands about say 3 to 8 inches off the floor, would be sufficient. So I'm going to lie back. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to press up on that bottom of my table or my chair. Think about when you're pressing on the pull-up bar and a knees to chest. That's going to create tension through my lats and through my core. While pressing on the bottom of that object, I'm going to hollow my belly and I'm going to drive my knees into my chest and then drive them away. So we have core strength and lat strength. Press on the object, hollow the belly, knees as close to your chest as you can. Let's do 12 of those. And from there, let's just warm up those lunges. You can do a forward or a reverse lunge today. It's your choice. You will be holding an object or some objects. So if we do a forward lunge, and let's say I'm holding a dumbbell and rack, I would lower my knee straight down to the floor. If I was going to do a reverse lunge, I could do it that way as well. So your choice, forward lunge or reverse lunge. Let's do 12 of those total. That's 6 per side. Last thing we need to warm up is dips. Again, if you are someone who has a rig at home or an actual dip station, and you have the strength to do regular body weight dips or weighted dips, you should be doing those. Again, let's assume you don't have that, and let's assume you have something like a chair or a coffee table or some sort of countertop available to you. Simply, I'm going to sit my thumbs right under my butt. I can extend my legs out further if I want to make it more challenging. I want to think about nice upright posture, and I want to lower my body as close to that table or that chair, straight up and down, using the back of the arms. What we don't want to see is that your body migrates away. That's going to put a lot of pressure on your shoulder. So just think about straight down, straight up, using the tricep, trying to get as low as possible, providing a shoulder health and range of motion, and do 12 dips. Okay, so once we're done with those dips, we're going to be warmed up to look at the weightlifting movements in the first part. Let's look at the floor press. So you're going to take a dumbbell or a kettlebell, any single object you have that has some weight to it. If you're strong at these movements, you can pick something that's fairly heavy that will be a little bit challenging to you. So I'll use a dumbbell for my warm-up. So I have a single dumbbell. I'm going to lie down on my back. You can keep legs wherever you want them, but most likely they're going to want to stay feet anchored to the floor rather than legs lying out to be a little more stable. The dumbbell, most likely the elbows should be somewhere internally rotated to the body rather than out, but that's really your choice. And we're going to press up and through, flexing the chest, finishing with the chest and the shoulder nice and tight. So again, this is more of a palm facing inward. I could turn it like a regular bench press where my palm is facing forward, but that is going to put some strain on your shoulder. So the suggestion is that the elbow stays more internal to the body. I will do 12 on one side, I'll switch sides, and I'm going to do 12 on the other side, focusing on flexing the chest muscles first, more the chest than the arms. Okay, so that is your pressing movement. Once you do about 10 or 12 of those, let's look at the row movement. You can go back to that chair or any object you're doing for your dips. So if I'm going to row with my left arm, I'm going to move my left foot behind my body and move my right foot forward. So I have this staggered split stance. Ideally, you're going to bring your torso pretty low to the ground. So notice how my hip and my shoulder are pretty level to the ground rather than this standing very upright. So we want to be low so that the shoulder blade can contract and it can pull the dumbbell and the elbow up. What we don't want to see is that you just yank with your arm. That's more of your bicep. We're not starting a lawnmower. We are contracting our shoulder blade down and back. You should feel that the dumbbell ends up almost in your hip pocket. Once you do 10 or 12, switch sides, switch stance, and repeat on the other side. Okay, so those are our part one movements, floor presses and rows. So pick a weight that is challenging for you. If you have multiple sets of weights, meaning you have a number of dumbbells or kettlebells available, and you want to start the first set a little lighter and build up over the 4 sets to something heavier, that's fine. If you want to go something that's heavier right out of the gate, that's fine. Or if you're not totally sure of the movements and you want to stay lighter, also whatever works for you is okay. So we're going to do 30 seconds of presses with the right arm. We'll rest, then 30 seconds of presses with the left arm, then 30 seconds of rows with the right arm, 30 seconds of rows with the left arm. So that'll be your strength building movements for part 1. You'll repeat that for 4 rounds. So all you have to do is set up a clock, and on every minute you start a new movement for the total of 16 minutes. That's how long it'll take. Second part, again, we're doing a ascending ladder, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then back down the ladder, 8, 6, 4, and 2. And you're doing that for speed, quality but speed. We're doing weighted lunges, so right, left, that's 2 reps. Alternating, holding some sort of weight if you want. That knees to chest movement, the glute-hip bridge where you're raising your hips up and coming down, really squeeze and be powerful. And then the dip off of your dip station or your chair or bench. So it's 2 of each, 4 of each, 6 of each, 8 of each, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, as fast as you can go. It will get challenging, especially in those higher reps, but then as you're getting back down the ladder in those lower reps, you should have no problem kind of building up some speed and trying to finish fast. Right? So 2 parts of the workout today. You should find them definitely challenging in the core and the upper body, and definitely get some burning in the hips and glutes through those lunges and through those hip bridges. Right, so enjoy today's workout, work hard during it. If you have any comments, you can post them to social media,